What's up, guys, and welcome back to Harley's Modern Life. Today we're going to be taking on the damage to this fender. We're going to see about pulling this off of here and see if we can't get this out. This crease will happen if your fender's been pushed back, somebody opens the door, it catches back here and folds the fender in. So see if we can straighten this out, and then once we remount, we'll see if we can get the fender back forward and get this door gap correct right here. Before it goes back on, we'll show you taking care of this paint chip and repainting and re-clearing this entire fender so it looks nice when we're finished. So that's the goal for today. Let's go. All right, so step one in removing our fender, we've got to come down here and pull the fender liner, which mine's actually missing this little piece here, so there would be a piece normally you'd have to pull off, and it'd have probably a push pin just like that one right there as well, and down at the bottom. So there'll be push pins like this all up around the top area, and on mine I've got a screw back here at the back. Once we get that out, we should be able to see where the bumper and the fender attach, and there's probably a flange that goes over to the frame. Then up top we'll have these T30 screws up there. Around on the back side we have another T30 screw in the door jamb, and then right down there, I don't know, yeah, you can barely see it. It looks like we're going to have to come from the other side and undo a bolt that's attached to a tab that comes off the car. And the final thing that I know of, I'm pretty sure I have to pull down this bottom panel. I'm pretty sure there's a bolt right there as well. So I'll go ahead and get that stuff pulled off, and we will go from there. I can go ahead and tell you guys right now, they did not make that very easy to get off. Our 3 upper bolts that went across there were not too bad. Here's a better look at that tab. Can't get it to focus because of the reflection. Now these 2 lower bolts, you can pull this down and away and get them from underneath, but it's difficult to do. The other option is to remove the entire rocker panel, which is also difficult and will break your clips. There was some bolts I had to get through the bottom of the bumper, which attach to a cross brace which goes here. There's that cross brace. But the creme de la creme was definitely this bolt here, which the hole for the Torx bit is flush even with the windshield, so you can't get a ratchet on there. You have to either use a 90-degree or use a wrench and a bit. It was fun, but now we have to work on pulling these severe dents out of this fender. We'll try to get some more of this where we did the hot glue. We'll try to get some more of that dent out, and we will paint it, and we will shift it back forwards on the car a little bit so it doesn't catch that door again. All right, guys, today we are going to be trying our darndest to get this deep crease back up to flush and level, which is probably way up here, and then this deep crease also back up to flush and level. This does kick down just a little bit here, but that point should be higher up. We've got a high point there coming over to here. We've got a dip that runs all down through here with a crease right there. A very strong crease here. That's going to be hard. Kind of creases right there as well. So we're going to use the same technique that we did on the roof. We're going to be, except this time we have access to the back, which is great because we can press up on the back of the panel while we hammer down on the high spots. The paint's already chipped, so we're not going to be able to save that, but we're going to be painting this anyway. But we'll be able to press up back here as we bring down the compression and tension on those high spots. So we'll get to doing a hammer and dolly and see what we can't make happen. Now, one of the problems that I foresee on this is this fender actually comes and rolls around back to here, and the crease for that middle section comes in right there, and that hard crease actually creases this. So realistically, I need to be able to pull that way. I don't have the tools for that. And it comes down tight enough here where I can't get a finger in and I can't get a dolly in. So that's going to be tricky. I may try to press a dolly where I can, hammer down on the top side there, which is now the bottom. See if I can't work that a little, pry this a little, work that a little. And like I said, the other crease comes in here, and where I really need to press it is covered up as well. I may end up needing to roll this back a little bit. We'll see how we get on. Alrighty guys, all things considered, that's about as good as I'm going to be able to do working here on my bed because it's raining outside. I don't have anywhere to work. We got this up a good bit. There's still a pretty hard little crease here, but this piece of metal prevents me from gaining access to the back side. So without like chopping that out so I can hammer it flat, not much I can do about it. I've got a little bit of a dip here. Again, another piece of metal. I'm going to see if I can't work that a little bit, maybe try to get this flat dolly back up underneath there, see if I can't tap that down. And down here on the other end, we've gotten that most of the way out. Using a short dolly, I ended up making a little dent there and there, so I'm going to see if I can't try to get something there also behind a metal lip, try to get something to pull those up, and then we should be able to get rid of this chippy paint here. We should be able to take then, once we get everything a little bit closer, some Bondo and skim coat that back down smooth, sand that body line back flush, because again, there's no access to the back side of the body line here. And that should do it. After that, we'll show you how we do a paint repair on this. I've got to take care of that stuff, get all this off of here where the paint's chipped there, and we also still have to take care of that big chippy guy in the front there. Now while I was in there, I went ahead and straightened up some of these little dents that were on top right here at the edge. That's a little better than it was when we started with the hot glue. So I was able to straighten those out a bit, and I'm actually gonna take, I can get this part with a hammer and dolly. I'm actually gonna take a dolly and put on this side and hammer on the back to bring this middle back up just a little more, and that should be pretty straight. Well, it's been about 3 days to get to this point. Between the weather and having things to do, it's taken some time to get this done. I'm gonna try to go ahead and get this video up and edited so I can get ready to prep and paint. Got to get some Bondo first, and to just a touch more of the metalworking to try to get that with where I can just do as small a coat of Bondo as possible, not goof it on real thick like people do. And gonna try to get that out, get ready for the next one, get that up as soon as I can. Gonna have to wait on some decent weather before I can paint because I have to paint outside. I don't have a booth. So we'll get there as soon as we can. In the meantime, while I have been absent, I did polish up on the hood, which now it's had weather on it, doesn't look as good. I got the roof and polished done on that, touched back up the trunk. So during the waiting on weather, if I have a chance and I can't record, I'll go ahead and do some more polishing on the car. The mirror, you may have seen in the community post, got that finished up, sanded it down to 3000, polished it up. It's looking pretty good. So I think that's it. Thank you for joining me on another day in Harley's Modern Life. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. I don't I don't have a fan to throw or anything. Then I can't throw the fender because I just fixed it.